Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third edition of LM's Investopedia, our program where we try to explore new topics and try to throw light on them with an eye on the stock market developments. With me today is senior management personnel at Latin Manalal, Mr. Bhavin Shah. He's been joining us. And today's topic is the prospects of the hotel industry in India and abroad. What are the prospects going forward, especially in the light of what has happened post-COVID, pre-COVID, all the developments. First of all, just a brief overview of the hotel industry. This hotel industry is intricately linked to showcasing an economy, to showcasing a place, to showcasing a particular location. It is said that if you want to study any country, the best advertisement or an endorsement of a country is its airport. So the first thing which you go to a foreign location, the first thing which you land, you see the quality of the airport, you see the quality of the aviation services, what facilities are available, the quality of the infrastructure, and how seamlessly you are able to move across the place. The next thing probably what you would do is to check into a particular hotel. So there you will check out the quality of the staff, what is the quality of the services, what is the hygiene factor, what is the safety factor, etc. The hotels have moved from the traditional boarding, lodging services to a whole host of services being provided. Today, I think there are so many things one cannot even imagine. The scope of the hotel industry has increased manifold. A lot of hotels which are known for their hospitality services, they have gone beyond the traditional boarding and lodging. They are now into food and beverages. Food and beverages constitutes a major portion of their income, catering services, and of course not to mention the MICE events, which is the meetings, incentives, the seminars, the conferences, the corporate events, the staycations which take place. So I think there is a huge amount of interest in the hotel sector on account of these developments. Post-COVID, of course, this has increased manifold. We'll come to that a little later. But something which is very, very important at this point in time is the fortunes of this sector are also linked to that of the recently started winter wedding season. Now this winter wedding season, which has started from mid-November and it will go on till February 2023, it is expected that there are going to be approximately 3.2 million, that is 32 lakh weddings are going to take place. And a few of these weddings are going to take place in hotels, banquets will be full, resorts will be full, and the preparation for this has been going on since quite some time. So I think there is going to be a huge demand as far as the hotel industry is concerned. To add to this, we've seen the revenge travel, which is the pent-up demand on account of the COVID. During COVID, there was a virtual collapse in traveling activity. The hotel industry was very, very severely impacted on account of the pandemic. But this sector is now making a comeback. It's making a comeback in a big way. We have the winter wedding season to look forward to. Plus, we have the year-end festivities. Yes. With Christmas coming, there's going to be definitely a huge increase in the inbound travel within the country. Domestic travel will also increase in a big way. There are different models, as I said. Another model which we can refer to is the vacation ownership model, something which has been done by the likes of Mahindra Holidays and Resorts, Country Club, etc. To throw light on the various aspects of this hotel industry, we have with us Mr. Bhavin Shah, who has been an avid traveler both in the domestic circuit as well as the international circuit. He has made a good study of the business models with which the hospitality industry operates, and he'll be throwing some light on the hotel industry prospects and his experience experiences he'll be sharing with us. So Bhavin, welcome.
Yes.
Kindly take
Thank you, Nirav.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, and we come back now after a month with something interesting and our daily observations on different topics and subject areas of what are affecting to our day-to-day lives and what we are witnessing and experiencing. So like Nirav mentioned, we are in a time you can confidently and very clearly say that we are in an absolute post-pandemic time era. With God's grace, we are all more or less out of it, and we are absolutely now being able to move around, travel around, experience ourselves very freely and not with a lot of fear that what we used to do earlier, probably a year back or so. What we've been observing is, like Nirav mentioned, the complete hotel slash tourism, the aviation, and with the wedding industry and everything. Ultimately, it is all coming down and going to affect that one goal, which is called the travel and tourism industry. Because when we talk about this, there is, of course, if we see, for example, if we go to see that if we take an the occupancy rate at the hotels broadly on an average, if it is anywhere in the range of say around 70 to 75%, which means we are saying that people are commuting, people are traveling, people are occupying the hotels in some or the other way. Now, with my frequent, domestic as well international travel, like most of us are kind of have got into, my basic observations are that, number one, I can confidently say, and you can refer to many articles online as well, that you are absolutely back to the pre-pandemic levels when it comes to this particular industry, right? Every second or third person you meet has got a very certain travel plans. Maybe holidays, maybe for natives, maybe to their for some of the other weddings, or maybe some corporate. So one thing, even you talk to any of the hotel guys, they are absolutely having an amazing and very glorious times of it, and they are all very confidently, clearly saying that we are absolutely pre-pandemic levels. We are back, and probably we are about to cross those levels now. So if you talk about in regards to the leisure holidays, like Nirav mentioned, during the pandemic, no one could travel who are regular travelers, even for holidays, may it be domestic or international. All those savings, or all those like a spring is like a bounce back basically, and everyone is left, right and center wants to travel, wants to kind of touch upon those places what they probably had plans and they could not because of the travel restrictions and the COVID pandemic, what fear we had. Also, this is also leading because of change in perspective, change in way people used to think pre-pandemic and now how people are thinking post-pandemic. That irrespective, I just want to travel. I want to fulfill my desires. I want to
especially the younger generation
that
wants to explore.
Absolutely, yeah. And even if you go to see the mid-50s and above, who always have about they are touching about their retirement age, and
also
they have their
pilgrimage travel,
yeah. Religious travels, your pure tourism, right, has shot up like anything. Somehow I am connected with few family members who are directly related to travel business, and of course myself, I'm an evident traveler. I keep traveling for business and leisure both, and I have seen in last 1 year, whichever category of hotel that you are staying over are on an average, Nirav, you won't believe, with the local people when I talk to them, on an average they are 90 to 98% occupied.
That means there is no vacancy.
There is no vacancy. Few times instances, we had an instance that I had to prolong and postpone, probably extend my rather trip at the stay at the hotel, and I had to walk out because they didn't have any rooms for
this
even 2
more nights. This is the scenario
nights.
in domestic or international?
They are both.
Well? Okay.
They are both,
okay.
Domestic and international as well.
Okay.
Because both the times I happened to have this instance, and they didn't have any room. I was talking that let me have the availability.
And this is in the higher end hotels, or is it in the economy class as well?
So they are absolutely the mid-range hotels.
Okay.
When you talk about 4 to 5 star category, and so if you are talking about that category, that itself says that I happen to travel to a few places and few hotels, like they were business hotels, so they are kind of a little mid-range because they are purely for business. And of course on the holidays, if they are like the luxury hotels, but none of the places we had any occupancy left. Other thing, it also becomes very evident that while you are traveling, there are long queues, there is not a single seat empty in the flight, even in domestic, even in international. So these are a very minute micro observations that itself answers without even referring or reading anything, and you get to know that where people are. Now I myself have been attending as so many corporate events. So I was just there at one of the events day before yesterday, and the person happened to mention that we have the complete calendar scheduled for the physical events for next 6 months. So every month, every fortnight, they have some or the other business events lined up physically, and they have absolutely kind of got down to their virtual thing on a 20%. So that itself is leading to a lot of occupancy at the banquets, hotels. Like you said, an amazing booming wedding season we are almost touching now, and we are already there. And you see, you inquire for anything, you don't have any places or any availabilities, all the dates are gone. So that itself, that people have left with a lot of money with the growing economy. Of course, touch wood, fortunately we are in that phase of the growing economy because of multiple scenarios and circumstances. This is going to be how it is going to be. Occupancy, the booming for across all the industry, you say from the topmost to bottommost, all the category of hotels or tourism you say, or flights you say, are going absolutely full. If you go to see, for an example, like Indian hotels, the Taj group of hotels, they have so many categories of hotels, starting from like Ginger or Selections or probably Taj Vivanta. They have now come out with a very interesting business model, which is an absolute asset light model, where they are only, which is running under the brand of Ama Trails, which is an absolute amazing model from a company perspective, that they don't own, they don't do any capital investment on any properties, but they are still able to just take management. Because I happened to visit with one of my the close family group to one of the Ama Trails Taj managed property, and I was just happened to interact with them, and he happened to say that this is how it is, that we are just managing hospitality and the food part is from Taj, and we get our share, and rest everything is belongs to the owner.
So it's an absolute asset light model.
Absolute asset light model, no capital investments, and still they are going full. So people, the concept, the perspective and the thought process of every individual, every category has changed to quite a good extent, and people want to spend. That is becoming very evident day by day. So you say aviation, tours, the hotels, all these is a one package. Because one thing is affecting all those 3 to 4 areas. So one thing is very sure in my experience and observation, that hotel, travel, aviation has got its own pluses and minuses. As a sector we deal differently when it comes to investments. But one should definitely look at this sector over a period of time, for a longer period of for an investment perspective, which of course a lot of things which I have mentioned in my observations, I'm sure a lot of y'all would have the similar observations and experiences that they would have come across. So I'm sure this is going to be a booming thing. I'll quickly, won't take much time, but I'll quickly hand over to Nirav. So from the investment, how we can capitalize or take this opportunity of this whole sector or industry that Nirav can highlight, and we'll see you shortly again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavin, for those interesting insights. And as rightly pointed out, I think just the instance which you provided for Indian hotels, it's got an interesting portfolio, whether it is Ginger or Vivanta or Ama Trails or Taj Selections, etc. So the question, of course, which comes to everyone's mind is that whether one should take an exposure to the hotel stocks at this point of a time or not. The answer to that is that market always discounts certain developments ahead of it actually happening. So it's a basically you are investing in terms of the prospects. So already market has discounted a lot of developments for the hotel stocks. Most of these stocks, like listed stocks like Indian Hotels, East India Hotels, or Lemon Tree, or the likes of Chalet Hotels, Mahindra Holidays and Resorts, these are all stocks which have got very strong prospects. But a lot of the performance has been kind of factored into the stock price. Of course, now it remains to be seen how the Q3 performance, because Q3 is supposed to be the best quarter for the hotel industry. It's a combination of an increase in inbound travel. The international travelers, they generally travel during December. During the year end, we have the year end festivities, of course, the New Year celebrations, where hotels tend to make a big chunk of their income. So Q3 performance will be very critical as far as the hotel sector is concerned. So I think, having said that, we remain positive on stocks like Indian Hotels, Taj GVK, Mahindra Holidays, East India Hotels, Lemon Tree. One can invest in all these hotels with a medium to long term perspective. Or at every correction, we recommend that these stocks should be accumulated with a medium to long term perspective. We hope that you have liked this program. Time constraints are there, of course. The first two programs, where we had concentrated on ESG, and the second program where we had concentrated on the dedicated freight corridor. After that, the hotel series is something which you would have liked. If you have any queries, do write back to us, and we will revert back to you shortly with another interesting program. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.